Hi folks! In the last tutorial I covered how the page editor window is organized and how to set up and move around on the page editor. This tutorial will show you the editing features that are available in the page editor. I'll show you the basic editor functions, then I will enable the WP Edit plugin, and you can see the additional features that are added with this plugin. Last time I placed the title on the page that we created. I chose this title from the keyword research I did on the topic. I use a keyword research tool called Jaxi for this research. The search term I chose was Learn WordPress Quickly Video Tutorials. This keyword term has an average monthly search volume of 146 visitors and only 4 sites that compete for the exact term. With only 4 competing sites, I have a good opportunity to rank for this search term. I quickly created a post without using formatting of any kind. I copied this content to my post so that I could demonstrate formatting. At the top of the edit box, we see a number of icons. Above and to the left is a box that says Add Media. I won't go over this right now, but if you'd like to learn how to add images and other media, you can jump out to the video training that I did that will show you how to add and manipulate images on your website. I highly recommend adding images to every page and post. Make them relevant to the content. If you're talking about baby products, adding images of elephants probably is not relevant. Let's go over what the other icons mean. To start with, B stands for bold. In general, you'd like to highlight the text that you want to change and then apply formatting. You can see that the word welcome is now bolded. If I want to undo that, I would highlight welcome and click bold again. Next up is italic. The I stands for italic. Again, I would highlight any text that I want to change and click the icon to install the formatting. Again, this can be removed by re-highlighting and turning off the feature. Next is a strike through. If you'd like to add a line through any of your text, say you want to let your reader know that you decided to reword a certain line, you could strike through and put in a different verbiage. Next is a bulleted list. This will add bullet points to a paragraph. Each time you hit return, it will add a new bulleted point. Next to that, we have an ordered list or a numbered list. So it operates the same as the bulleted list, but numbers instead of bullet points. If you'd like to quote someone, most themes have formatting that will add a specific formatting to a block quote. So you would highlight any text that you want and hit the block quote. You'll notice that because this paragraph is all one paragraph, it applies the formatting to the entire article. I'm going to turn that back off. We will talk about how to split paragraphs in the next tutorial. Then we have 3 icons that provide you with alignment on your page. If you'd like to align to the left side, align to the center, or align to the right, you can highlight your paragraph and orient the text on your page. Finally, we have insert a link and remove a link. And if we wanted to jump over to some other page or add a link to another piece of content, either on our website or on someone else's website, we would highlight the words that we would like to link, and then we can click and add the location that we'd like to go to. Underneath, we have a title that we can input, and we have, if we would like to open in a new window or tab. Typically, if you're leaving your website, you'll want to open a link in a new window or in a new tab, and if you're staying on your website, you will want to leave that box unchecked. Also, if you hover over your linked text inside your web page, it will pop up whatever you put in the title here. If I wanted to remove a link, I would highlight the text and click on the second icon here. The Insert Read More tag gives you a way to provide the end of an excerpt, and this is more useful in the post editor, so I will go over how to do that. In the post really has no functional need in the page editor. If I wanted to add a horizontal line to a page, basically I would locate my cursor and include a line. To remove a horizontal line, I would need to go into the text editor and remove the code for that horizontal line. Text editor is reached in this upper right hand corner. You have two boxes, one's visual and one's text. Going into text will show you the coding behind your page. You'll notice that I put in two horizontal lines, and there's the code for that right there. So I'm going to delete the horizontal line as well as the associated spacing. Then I will return to the visual editor, see that it's back where I started. Next to that we have the background color. If I wish to highlight a paragraph with a specific color, I can highlight the paragraph and add a background color in. Select the color, and there I have it. Typically this will add a background color specifically to the lines. So if you're highlighting a single line with a color, this works quite well. This is what it looks like in the page display. Next we have a table. If we'd like to enter some sort of a table code, we can insert something like an Excel spreadsheet or that kind of thing. We can highlight various levels of the table, insert the table, fill in the content. The next section is for column shortcodes. This will add columns into your page. By clicking on that, it will prompt me as to how many columns I'd like to put in. In this case, I'm going to put in 2 columns, and the columns are going to be oriented 1/3 and 2/3. So the column on the right will be larger than the column on the left. Or if I'd like to do it the opposite way, the column on the left will be larger. So now I can insert the code, and you'll see that it's added this line here, and it says 2/3 and then content. So if I wanted to put content into that, I would take my content from above and paste that into where it says content. So now it's surrounded by that. And for the other section, let's grab a little bit of this content here and paste it where it says content. And then if I look at my page, you'll see that I've divided up all of that content into 2 separate columns. One is 2/3 wide and one is 1/3 wide. That all occurs inside the visual window, so you don't have to jump over to the text window to add shortcode formatting. Next, if we wanted to see the source code. And finally we have the toolbar toggle, which was formerly known as the kitchen sink. Clicking on the toolbar toggle will add additional icons in a line below. This line starts with the paragraph formatting. So we can add headings, or we can create regular paragraphs, or we can format the various sections of our page. Next we have an underline feature, which is similar to the bold and italic. Highlight the content and click on apply. If we want to justify across the page, we could highlight the content and click justify, and it will justify right and left, or basically it's called justify full. Next we have text color. So if we just want to change sections of text or highlight something by changing the color of the text itself, we could do that. If we're using Microsoft Word to create our content and then copying it into the content on our website, we have a paste as text. This will remove all the formatting that Word adds to your text. Then if we have a section where we want to remove formatting, say we had highlighted text and added the text color to it and decided we didn't want that anymore, clear formatting will remove any that we've done before by highlighting the text. If we have a special character that we'd like to add, say we wanted to add a euro sign or even a copyright, clicking on this icon will allow you to add a special character wherever the cursor is currently located. We can also increase and decrease indents, and we have an undo and a redo function. Those are pretty standard. We can add formatting using short keys, and if you don't know what the short keys are, this will provide you with a list of the various things that you can have. Basically, you're going to hit Control and whatever letter shows up here for relatively quick formatting. If you would like to enhance your options for formatting, you can install the WP Edit plugin. I've already installed this plugin, so let me quickly enable it, and you can see the additional options that it provides. If you'd like to see a tutorial on how this plugin is set up, you can follow this link. You can see in the top row of icons that nothing has been added, But in the lower row, I have 3 new drop downs, one for font family. If I wanted to choose various fonts that are already installed, I can select them from this list. If I wanted to change the font size, I would highlight and enter a different font size. If I wanted to format the headings or the blocks or the alignment, this is essentially shortcode for these other icons that are up here in the top. I've installed a minimum number of new icons with the WP Edit. These are things that I missed but wanted access to. You can certainly add more options. There are lots of options to add with the WP Edit as you set it up. It's a preferential thing. In the next tutorial, I'll use some of these formatting features to format the content that I placed on this page. I'll also discuss how to make a post more readable. It is known that people on the web don't read. They scan. So you'll need to make your content scannable to entice your visitors to read your content in more depth.